Alright, the car. No one getting in or getting out, just sitting there. So that's right next to the back entrance. And they know I always have to go around that way, so good, that's fine. He's got like a GoPro attached to his head there. Looks like there's some type of camera attached to his head. So come down here. Okay. And that back trail there, aside from the area right here, it's all dark, right? It's dark and icy, but they're gonna have somebody just positioned there staring at a phone, most likely. One or some people. Positioned next to the trail. Let's see if I'm right. Last night they did not have that. Okay, this is an act here too. Last night they didn't. So tonight I think they will. Let's see. It is fairly cold though too, but it's not like terrible wind chill cold. No one on that side. Okay, that's surprising. I thought that they would. I'll head up here this time. Got a half an hour. What route did I take last night? Did I come down here or did I go around? Oh, yeah, I walked up that way on the right side of the street. Right away, what did that say, right? Notice, as soon as I turn, position right there. Check down there, right? All dark. Okay, as you can see here. Right away, as soon as I go. CSIS person right there. Let me just wait here just a second. I just want to see if anyone else is gonna come. They probably have a bunch of them surrounding the area there, but look back here, right? All darkness. It's kind of icy too as you go further down. Down that way. And there, he was positioned there right as soon as I started, as you can see. Started to move. They have him there. Let me just see. From this side here. Okay, I'm gonna turn. We'll go. Let's see. So they'll probably have more people further down here, and then as I come up to the to exit, they'll probably have them there as well. The way they do it, it's always, they try to do it in a way where it's going to be covert to anyone else who's around. So it just looks like the person's just there. But you got to look at, it's 10:30 p.m. at night, right? This is all dark here. And then when you come up to the street there, that area there, there's buses that run up and down there all night. It's freezing cold. Yet they'll have people just swarming back and forth, walking up and down the street, which you definitely would. The way you can tell is if you had like a camera here, say, an hour ago, right? That area, and if you just looked at it, you'd tell you'd be able to tell for certain that what they do is just swarm around, send people to swarm around the area. They probably have a number of vehicles where either they drop them off, or they have a meeting point or something like that. Probably the station, actually. They probably go back, because a lot of times when I'm coming up here, they're either heading towards the station or going up the other way there, where they could have pickup vehicles waiting for them. And so one there in freezing cold weather, and 10:30 at night, he's just going to decide to go for a walk down and look at the trail here, right? All dark. I mean, who's going to be doing that? In Ottawa as well, it's just completely dead after like 9 p.m. Most areas of Ottawa are. A little bit of activity in those areas like near Rideau Centre, Byward Market. Other than that, it's pretty much dead after 9 p.m. But even in those places, from what I've seen, it's not even like remotely close to what's like Toronto's like. There would be no crime were it not for, or virtually no crime were it not for the manufactured crimes that they set up to justify having more and more police everywhere. They have to stage those crimes, and to do that they're going to use community-based agents and some of the drug addicts who they control, and to manufacture all these fake crimes. Oh, and today it's interesting. I saw today, right on cue, they had some fake story. It looks like Rebel News was putting it out, but I don't know. Maybe the mainstream news organizations did too. They probably did, about some fake drug bust at some shelter or something like that. So again, here come the stories with the fake drug busts, exactly as I predicted, right on cue. They got to do that, right? And so you see how the media, in communitarianism, the media have their obligation to work alongside these people to lie. And they all lie together. It's an organization, all of them together, to lie and deceive so as to justify bringing these things out without doing it in a way that involves violence. And you can see right there, and special constable right there as I come up to the street. So special constables, and then you saw the guy there right on the trail as I turned, and then here we got the usual coming up and walking up and down here. Now it's very cold. It's 10:30 p.m. at night, and there are buses that run up and down here all the time. So the Ottawa Special Constable is obviously waiting for my arrival there as I come up here and take an alternate route. If I would have went the other, check it out here, okay. On this side, if I would have went the other way, look at where she's positioned, just stopping there, okay. So these are CSIS people sent to do this. Dan Rogers and CSIS sending these people as I attempt to go to work. But if I would have went the other way, when I look down from the top area there, from this, notice where she is again, right? Yeah, like you just saw a bus there. Why would people be walking back and forth in this area at this time of night? It's after 10:30. And like I said, if you had a camera here an hour ago, you probably would go like an hour where no one at all is walking up and down here at all. But suddenly now when I come out, you saw the guy at first there who sees this positioned along the trail, and then up here as well. And then the Ottawa Special Constable was waiting there as well, because they don't do any legitimate work. They just stalk and harass people and stage fake skits with vagrants who they bring on to cause contrived disturbances. So notice now she's just stopping again there at the area where I would cross. So that field there is pretty much where I would go across. So they sent her just to kind of stop to check a phone 10 times. And then the special constable was sent to wait to come up here just as I came out as well. So it's CSIS that sends them to do this, and the RCMP are involved in this harassment as well. Both fully active in facilitating the distribution of narcotics all throughout Canada. CSIS Director Dan Rogers recently made a bunch of public appearances during which he lied profusely about virtually everything, during which he used children to create emotional manipulation to she's just stopping there. So that's where I would go across the trail. Notice where they have her standing there? She's just standing there right where I would go across the trail. See? I'll just walk up here just to show you. And probably somebody will come back from back here, but look it up there, right? So this is also there. So they put people around, these CSIS people, just as I try to go to work, to do illegitimate surveillance. Their job is just to stalk people. That's all they do. And it's on behalf of Dan Rogers. We're going to do some more videos talking about Dan Rogers, particularly the recent things he said at that those contrived news conferences that were set up right on cue to do damage control for his activities. Another one on this side here. As soon as she goes, and look at, okay, she's back there, and then on this side here. So like I said, I come up this way, they flood the area with people. If I was to go the other way, they had cars waiting right next to where, the area where I'd go up to where I work. So, with people just sitting in the cars with the lights on. So another one here. These are all CSIS people. And then further back there, along my route to work, and I try to take an alternate route to work, and this is what they do. I guarantee you, if you would have had a camera here an hour ago, you wouldn't have seen anyone at all coming up the street in like an hour. Another one there, like two more, okay? So all staring at phones back here. I'll show you here. So 2 more there on this side. Each time I upload a video, they try to increase these things to try and deter. Now it's stopping again, as you can see there, the one there. So these are all CSIS people who've been sent here. And then probably behind me, you'll see someone come. You saw initially, as soon as I turned down the trail, they had a guy there too, in darkness, right? Who's gonna go out for a walk in that at like after 10:30 at night? Particularly in this area of Ottawa, which is just dead after like 9 p.m. So another one there. And then up ahead as well too, right? So that's what, like 6 or 7 who've come up here just since I came up from the trail again. Okay. Just encircling the area here as I come up. Okay. And then you saw the special constable who was also set up there to drive out as I came down. Drive out exactly on cue just as I came up from there. So 1, 2, 3 more here, right? 3 more here, and then you saw the other ones there. The female who had stopped initially near the field where they know I'm going to cross, she eventually carried on, but they just told her to stop. And they have unlimited amounts of mindless people who they can get to partake in these activities. So some of them get drugs for doing it. Others will just get, added benefits and get their pay for doing illegitimate fake surveillance. But it's set up in a way so it's supposed to be covert, but you can tell that's unnatural to have that many people flooding out from there at once. I came down here last night. I think I still have the footage saved. I'll have to look on the camera glasses, but I think I have it saved. Nothing, absolutely no one. And then I crossed the field there and there's no one as well. So I could compare that, show the difference between the 2 nights. You'll see there's no way that's natural there. Okay, so we had a flood there. On this side I don't see anything at the moment, but I think probably on the opposite side of the field they have people as well. And that's their job, is just to do. Like I said, I think they have probably a vehicle that will pick them all up, or a meeting point where they get them. Possibly down by the transit terminal, I don't know, but there didn't look to be many people at all at the transit terminal, as you could see there when I came out. Not many. There have been more people that have come up here in the amount of time that I came up from the trail than there were at the transit terminal, from what I saw, anyway. So, yeah, like I said, there's buses that run up and down here all night. You're not going to have that many have people walking up and down there unless they're told to. So let's see, we'll go over here. Another one here, right? As soon as I start to go. What's that, like 10 who've come out just since I exited the trail here? And then, of course, the guy who was just waiting there in the darkness as I started to go down the trail. So another one here. This guy's wearing one of those city jackets, city worker jackets. Let's see if he's going to go. Yeah, of course he's got the red shirt on underneath. And it's important to note that these people can't lack any capability to think on their own. They have to refer to a cell phone to get instructions for basically everything they do. They'll have to look up and down at the cell phone just to even be told whether to walk or not to walk. Okay, now watch. We're going to pull the cell phone out. Now, surprising he hasn't yet. Okay. Surprising that he hasn't yet. Okay, so there's another actor there. So that's over 10 since I've come out here. And then the special constable vehicle who also works with, they also work with CSIS to criminally harass people and stage fake disturbances and all that. Here's another one here. Is this? Oh no, that's not the constable. Sorry, not the constable. Okay, we'll just do a turn here and see if we have any more on that side. All of a sudden, all these people have to walk back and forth and completely encircle the area where I'm trying to go to work. And that's Dan Rogers and CSIS sending them to do that. What they try to do, again, so I uploaded a video today to a couple, not to the YouTube channel, but to a couple of the other platforms. And so they try to do this thing where they retaliate with this stuff to try to deter me from uploading videos showing these things. And it doesn't work at all, because every time they do that, I try to make a point of uploading more material every time they do that. And then they fail, and then they stop with it for a while, and then, so it looks like here. Let's see, okay. And then they kind of start again to do. Okay, so we had a brief lull there in the deluge of people that all of a sudden just happened to pour out of here after 10:30 p.m. Let me just check the time now. 10:44, it looked like, yeah, 10:44. So on this side, they just had the one guy there positioned there, and then up here, there's been well over like 10, between 10 to 15 that have come back and forth here. We'll make an attempt at going to the field now, just to cross over. Yeah, I don't know. Dan Rogers is a really delusional person because he thinks that this is going to. It's obviously in retaliation for something that I uploaded today, and it doesn't work. And every time he does it, he tried to do it the last time, and then I uploaded the video again. What was it on? I think it was on. Was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. But I've been going through the material with him. Here's another one now. I've been going through the material with him in these fake, these staged press conferences that they set up so he could do damage control. And I'm going to put something out on that, but I want it to take a little bit more time on it to go through some more of the stuff. So, because there's a lot of contradictions in the things that he says in these press conferences, unsurprisingly. And there's, you can pick apart the lies pretty easily. So again, another one here coming, just as I go to the trail. We have another one here on this side. You can see coming out there. So flooding the area with people as I try to go to work, both sides of the street there. And they're just paid to do things like this. But they have to set it up so it seems covert to others around, right? But anyone who was in this area, I guarantee you, in the 2 hours previous to my coming down here, there wasn't 1/3 of that amount of people that walked up here. In 2 hours previous, guaranteed. If you had a camera, you'd see. If you had a camera here. I wish you could put one, but unfortunately, you know, somebody would pick it up or whatever. But okay, so now... And as you can see, buses run up and down here all night. So why would that many people just be walking back and forth there, right? Surveillance role players. Okay, so we'll cross here, and then when I get to work, they have these people encircle my workplace all night, and then they have police and ambulance. Last night they had ambulance and fire truck staging a fake call. I have some footage of that as well, but I just keep a lot of that footage from my workplace on USBs because there are privacy issues with that as well. So just keep that on USBs typically. So CSIS surrounding the area with people there tonight as I come up. They're taking an alternate route along that trail, which is all dark, and then they had a guy kind of waiting there just as I came to walk down the trail after 10:30 at night. Go down here, and they'll probably have people on the opposite side of the street there as well. So there will be more videos this week, Dan. Just to let you and Michael Dehume, whatever his name is, Dume, I guess I don't know how it's pronounced. That head of the RCMP guy. But yeah, like what I like to do as well is how you can tell almost all the people who put this stuff out are just frauds. They don't name the people who are involved in these criminal activities, and I do. So we'll continue to name the people who are involved in these criminal activities, also people within the police. It's not to say that it's one person doing all of it, it's a collective unit that does it. But again, you have to see that there are people in higher positions who are also calling the shots on these things. So it's important to talk about their complicity in these crimes also. And so, okay, so it looks like that flood, the deluge there came to its conclusion. I don't see anyone on that side now. So, probably up here, maybe they'll have more, I don't know. Grab it there. So, what's the time now? Yeah, 10:49, so 10 minutes still. But if I would have crossed over the other way and went the shorter route, they have vehicles, they have people doing surveillance role player, the same thing, but they'll just sit there in vehicles outside near my workplace. So I said, okay, I'll go around this way, and then you can also get some footage there just to show you. I think I still have last night's footage saved, although, oh shoot, did I? I might have deleted it. Either way, I mean, last night when I came down, well, did I save some of it? I'm just trying to think. I don't know if I did. I might have deleted it, but there was nothing. There's nothing there. So definitely that stands out. You can see that was unnatural. And then they had the constable waiting for me to come out. See on this side now? Okay. So that side too there. Okay. So yeah, that was last night. There was nobody. Absolutely nobody there. Nobody. Not only nobody on the trail, nobody at all when I came up from down there. So that's CSIS doing that, sending people to do that. And that's all as I just try to go to my job. Dan Rogers and CSIS involved in criminal stalking and harassment, and trying to conceal the stalking and harassment by, training these people to make it look like they're just there randomly, but you can tell that they weren't. So two more down that side. Okay, so we'll come down here. Probably have a little bit more. Let's see here. So just so we're certain, Dan, every time you try to do that after I upload, so I'm going to upload more material this week. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about these staged press conferences, and we'll go into some of those things as well. It takes a little bit of time though, because I want to go through a lot of the points that he attempted to make, and I mean points. When I say points, I just mean basically fabrications. But they do what they always do with these recent press conferences, is they exploit children. So they lie about things involving children, and then they go on to hint at the fact that they're monitoring children in their homes as well, to supposedly protect them from, I don't know, some sort of extreme materials or something. So in other words, what they really mean when they say that typically is if they're looking at material that isn't state-funded lies, then they're concerned about that, right? And so they'll lie about it, which is all stuff they stage. The people who they use in these things, who they claim are violent, are just actors who they bring out and then stage things. There's an ambulance there, 4920. They had them set up a fake skit last night at my work as well. 4920 there. And then they'll stage it, basically. So yeah, quite a lot of activity tonight. Yeah, 10 minutes, okay. So, police showing up there. Police showing up to harass me as I come down here. I'm just going to turn back here and then turn again. So you saw that CSIS sent a flood of people there to swarm around the area when I tried to take an alternate route to get to work. And then they have the police driving up alongside me to harass, threaten, and intimidate. That's the Ottawapolice. And then you saw the constables, the Ottawa constables, who were waiting to drive out at the exact moment just as I came up from the trail. They had them waiting there as well. So that's the Ottawapolice threatening, harassment, and intimidation. And they've been doing that for 3.5 years on behalf of CSIS as well. So. Special constable, right on cue. Just as I leave here. Special constable pulling up. You saw last night when I got to the trail. So today again, can't really catch the face there. But today again as I leave. So last night I was on my way to work. They had a constable waiting to drive up in front of me as I got to the trail. And then this morning as I leave, just as I come around to here and then right here as well, you see on queue. They have one waiting for me here again, just after leaving, to drive up there, synchronized with my leaving. So that's Dan Rogers and CSIS sending the OC Transpo Constables to stalk and harass. And now they're on their way to stage another fake skit, probably. But we've had 3.5 years of them doing that same thing there, so just more to add to the vault today. And behind me here, as you can see as well, staring at actually, it looks like he's holding up. Yeah, he's holding up a phone. Just sent behind there. So, cross over here. As you can see, they weren't going to the transit terminal. They were just pulling up there to stalk as I left work. It looks like another one here. Let's see. I think it's the second one on queue. Although the synchronization isn't precise, it might be. Yeah, second constable now, just as I get here. And I'll just show you here. We'll see if we can get an image of the person from a distance, though. Okay, so just gonna see here. Yeah, right on cue. Second one. Okay, second one. Stopping B2 20520. And yeah, I can see them there right on cue. So 2 constables just as I leave work. Continuing their stalking. And could kind of see them there. So, and of course they had them waiting for me to leave work, and obviously they're tracking my location. To do that, I don't have a phone with me either. Let's wait till the other surveillance role player heads in here. There's more people than usual actually here today. Okay, so just on this side, over there. You can see the one headlight off on the truck there too. The transit truck on that side there. There's one headlight intentionally turned off as well. So, because it's more important that they sensitize people to these methods that they use than it is to keep people safe on the road in this country. It's
same direction. Notice that female that got off there. She gets off the bus and stands there at the stop that's going the exact same direction. Because she was supposed to get off where I got off, right? When she saw that I didn't get off, she goes and stays at the same stop that's going in the exact same direction she was already going. So, ridiculous. And then right at that intersection there, right as the bus got there, those guys, whatever they're called, security, de Quebec or whatever, those prison guards who they used to drive around stalking me, they synchronized right there at the intersection, and the one guy was laughing, you could see. In the vehicle. I think I caught his face. Hopefully I caught it with the glasses. I think I might have. Well, there was a bit of a distance. But the one fat guy was like laughing. I think it might have been the same guy who was in the video where I caught it before. Yeah, so they're synchronizing there. And then you can see the by the store, they thought I was going to get off at the Esso, so they had some creepy looking stalker standing there. I think I picked him up with the footage. Some creepy stalker wearing like a bandana, just looking like a drug addict, standing next to the door to wait to follow me into that store. So when I didn't go, I stayed on the bus. You could see him kind of moving, but he was positioned there with a bicycle and some sunglasses on and a bandana and just a junkie looking kind of guy. So they had him positioned there to follow me into that store. So instead I stayed on. And right as I get off, this woman immediately goes behind me. I wait to let her go and get off at another stop. She gets off and goes to the stop that's going the exact same direction. So she's going to just get back on the bus and go the same direction she was already going. Does that make sense? Of course not. She was sent to follow me, but when I didn't get off, they gave her different instructions on the phone or something. I don't know. But, like, why would you do that if she weren't told to? Anyway, stop in here. There'll be people in here too, coughing probably. Yeah, we're in the clothing of the state, that red and black. Check it out. That's the exit. I'll show you here. No space position. Like, I'm just gonna get the key here. No space position there, right? Just standing by the car, staring at the store. I'll show you from here. I'm gonna go back here. So this guy here is Surveillance role player. As soon as I come out, they sent the guy with that plaid lumberjack. That's the clothing of the state as well that they tell them to wear. It's that and the military camouflage. So you can see that at all the fake protests. They tell them to wear the plaid. It's not because it's a Canadian thing. It's because it's masonry, the checkerboard. So I'll show you here. This guy's just been told to stand here. I'll show you. I'll show you. Back here. Notice he turned as I turned this way. Turn. That's my position, right? Just standing there as I come out of the store. Surveillance role play. I'm gonna go back here. I'll show you. Just from here. Okay, well, that's where he is, right? Just standing there. Also, told to stand there as I go into the store, just so I'll see him when I come out. Just gonna go back. Now he's getting in, so he just got out just to do that. Why would you stop there specifically to have a smoke? Notice, okay? Here's the actor. Yeah, as soon as I come out, he's standing there facing towards the store, just lingering. He didn't go into the store either. So he just came in there to park there, stand there and have a smoke, and stand facing the store as I exited. Oh, look, is that the guy who lives next door? No, it's not him. I thought, of course, going in with a kid too. I'm not going to film him and his kid, because then they'll just say, oh, you're filming, kids and stuff. That's why they try to do that too, to exploit children. So they'll send people in with kids, and if you film them, they'll say, oh, you're filming, the guy with his kid or whatever. That's not the intent at all. But what I want to show sometimes is they exploit children in these operations, and they knowingly bring their kids to do that, okay? So that makes them very sick people. But you can see he's pulling out there. He didn't go into the store at all, that guy. He was just sitting there, surveillance role player position in the parking lot as I exit. So Dan Rogers has a lot of them working today. Now check this one out now. So he puts his kid in the car. Again, he exploits his own child to go in and do stalking assignments. He's got to check the phone to make sure. Notice he's staring at the phone now. Here's the act at the door. Okay. So that's just for me going into that store there. They have to send people, right? 9 times out of 10. But the guy there was very, very obvious. The guy pulling out there now in the red. And then the other guy had that checkered lumberjack shirt that they tell them to wear too. Again, that's part of the clothing of the state that they get told to wear. They'll go out and tell you, oh no, it's a Canadian thing. No, it's not. They have them wearing it at all these fake protests, even in the US and the UK. It has nothing to do with being a Canadian thing. They'll just say that. Another stalker again. Okay, I'm gonna go now. We continue on here. Footage there, some key surveillance role players.